Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with a free Dow analysis for you after the New York trading session dated Monday 13th of December is closed just a few hours ago. I'm going to start this with a look at an historical chart. First I'm going to go back and have a long-term look. This wave count goes back to the early 70s. For my main wave count, I've labelled this long sustained rise as the end of a 5-wave impulsive sequence, thereafter an ABC expanded flat correction unfolding to the downside at cycle degree. My target, 2,278.84 points, as where wave C at cycle degree will reach 2.618 the length of wave A, which seems the most likely end for it because wave B was quite a long length in relation to A, so if wave C was its usual 1.618 the length of A, it wouldn't give this whole structure at cycle degree a typical expanded flat look. I expect wave C at cycle degree will be the next target, 2.618 the length of A. Before I go in to have a closer up look at this main wave count, I'm going to show you an alternate that I may prefer and may change to my main wave count, where this point here is this point here, and for this alternate wave count, instead of the label of a 5, I've just given it a 3 and seen this upwards movement as the end of a third wave with an ABC zigzag to the downside for a fourth wave. Both my main and alternate counts have this downwards wave here counted as a correction, and it certainly does have a corrective count, so I'm quite happy with that. Thereafter, I prefer this alternate for this piece of movement here, and this piece of movement here has a slightly better fit. This upwards movement, no matter how we count it, has a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 most comfortably. 13 is an impulsive number, so in this wave count I've got this as the 5th wave following that 4th wave correction, an impulsive count. Thereafter, I expect this downwards wave here has most easily got a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When I look at it on a weekly chart, I get a count of 11. Both 7 and 11 are corrective counts. So I've labelled this an ABC 3-wave structure for an A wave at cycle degree. If wave A subdivides to a 3, we're looking at either a flat or a triangle. I expect a flat is more common, and they are a more common structure than triangles. Therefore, a minimum upwards length of wave B here at cycle degrees at least 90% the length of A, which is going to be reached at 13,425.3 points. If upwards movement reaches this point, this will certainly be my main preferred wave count. If we reach that point, then we can expect wave B at cycle degree to most likely be a 105% correction of A, achieved at this point 14,584.5 points. So the major implication of this wave count is it could see the Dow making new highs in the next year or so. And I do slightly prefer this wave count for this piece of movement here, and this piece of movement here has a better fit overall. Compare that with my main wave count that I've been using, which has instead of 3, now we have a 5 at cycle degree here, with an ABC zigzag down for wave A at cycle degree. This wave count has to see us with an A, B, C zigzag to the upside for wave B at cycle degree, and this wave count here seems slightly forced. However, my biggest problem with this wave count is this downwards wave here has to be seen as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure for wave 1 within cycle degree wave C. It is possible, and we certainly can see an impulse in this downwards wave, but I much prefer to see this downwards piece of movement as a corrective count rather than an impulsive count. This count seems slightly forced. Thereafter, for this main wave count, we've got an A, B, and working on intermediate wave C to the upside to end primary 2 within a cycle degree C wave to the downside. Taking you now to the main hourly count, and for the main and the alternate, we're still looking at the end of an ABC zigzag to the upside, so in the short term it doesn't make too much difference. The implication, however, for the long term, where I prefer that alternate wave count, is a significant difference. So in the short term, we'll simply expect further upwards movement. I expect that's most likely for the C wave to complete. So where this black B down here, it's now down here, this is my main wave count. We're expecting an intermediate C wave to the upside to end primary 2. We have 1, 2, 3, still working on 4 most likely. When that's over, we'll have 5. Which may reach up to 12,520 points, where wave C black reaches 0.618 the length of wave A black within this primary wave 2 zigzag. For this main wave count, price may not move above 14,198.1 points to a new high for the Dow. My alternate wave count that I just showed you on the monthly chart, however, sees price movement above that point to a new high is most likely. In the shorter term, within this fourth wave at minor degree, I expect we have the end to an A, an expanded flat for B, which may have been over here, or it may move up a little bit further. We're very, very close to a turning point if we haven't reached it already, a trend change at pink or minute degree. If it's over here or over very soon, the next movement for the Dow should be a strong C wave to the downside that will take price lower for the next couple of weeks or so. And my target 10,961 will be revised again when I have a known end and a more comfortable end to wave B pink. I'll recalculate that target to the downside. At this point, suffice to say, that's our downwards target, and we expect price to get around about the lower end of this very wide parallel channel on the daily chart that's drawn using Elliott's technique around this correction. If we see a little bit further upwards movement, it's most likely for wave B pink to reach 105% the length of A, which is going to be achieved at 11,493 points. That's the most common, or that's the required length for an expanded flat correction for wave B. At 11,655 points, wave B pink will reach 138% the length of A, which is the upper edge of the most common length of wave B in relation to A for a flat correction. If wave B pink was actually over here, then it's only a 102% correction of wave A pink, so that this wave 4 at blue or minor degree is therefore just a regular flat correction, and we may expect wave C pink to simply reach a little bit further beyond the end of A, possibly just down to the end of B green down here at 10,927 points. Taking you now to an hourly chart where this green C up here is now up here. And my last wave count expected that pink wave B was over here. That's not the case, and it was recently invalidated by further upwards movement. Past this point here, this was my invalidation point. At that point, we can expect that this was only the end of wave 3 within wave C green. And for wave 4, we have a contracting triangle with a 5-wave structure for A, a zigzag up for B, a zigzag down for C, corrective structure up for D, and a pretty obvious correction down for E, which has a slight overshoot of the AC trend line, which is pretty common for E waves. This structure meets all the rules and guidelines for a contracting triangle. My only slight concern would be it seemed to collapse and end fairly quickly. Triangles usually seem to take a little bit longer to end. However, if it was over here for wave 4 orange, this upwards movement with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has a pretty clean impulsive count, and therefore the end to wave C orange, and therefore the end to wave B pink is fairly likely to have been here at 11,479 points. Any movement above this point will use the alternate hourly wave count I'll present next. This wave count expects price movement to be down for the next couple of weeks, and it will be confirmed only when we see price move below 11,353 points. At that point, between those 2 points, we don't have a trend change confirmed. Taking you now to the alternate, where it's all the same up to this point here, and thereafter it differs in degree of labelling. We've moved here the degree of labelling of this upwards wave all down 1 degree. Instead of being the end of wave 5 orange, this is just the end of wave 1 within wave 5 orange. Therefore, wave 2 may not move beyond the start of wave 1. Therefore, for this alternate, price may not move below 11,353. If it does, then we'll use our main wave count. We'll have a lot more confidence that the trend at that point will remain down for several more days, if not a couple of weeks or so. However, if price moves to a new high above 11,479 points, then we may expect it to continue on upwards towards this target zone. At 11,493, wave B pink will be a 105% correction of A, and we'll be looking at an expanded flat for this 4th wave. The implication of that is that the C wave to come to the downside will be longer and stronger than expected previously. At 11,655 points for the Dow, wave B pink will be a 138% correction of A, so this is the end of our target zone to the upside. So if we see price move above this point, expect it to continue up and end somewhere in this target zone. If we see price move below this point, expect it to continue on down for another couple of weeks or so, and I should have a target calculated for you in that eventuality. So that's all from me for your free Dow analysis today. I hope this helps you in your trading, and I hope everyone else is having an awesome day.